Welcome back, League mates and listeners. It is your co-host Dane and AJ back with another Pigskin Pals podcast. It is week 16. We are in the week before the championships for the playoffs. I'm still alive in Redraft and Dynasty, feeling hot. I mean, my vibes are going down this week. We'll get into our picks for our league, so you'll see why I'm not feeling so confident. And then we're also going to be showing our DFS lineups. So we're going to do a week 15 review and then hop into our week 16 lineups. So let's get stuck right into it.
It's not over yet. I'm not dead yet. He's done it. He's alive. I won another week. We got a couple weeks to go.
3.
So
we got Christmas.
3.
Week 17, week 18.
There you go.
Oh, and this one. We got 4 weeks.
Yeah. So I'd like to dedicate this win to Devontae Adams. He putting up basically half of my team's points is great. Him and Rico and Puka, my dogs, they got there. Everyone else kind of sucked. It was kind of a poor week from everyone, like for us group here.
That Malik Washington play for 3K.
I was going to mention that. Yeah, that's great. That's a great play.
How about that?
That's
totally knew that Waddle was going to get injured.
You should have just done Malik Washington and picked a better big boy like other than Tyreek because Tyreek stinks.
If I played Adams, I would have
rushed.
We would have tied. No, I would have beat you by 5.
By 5, yeah.
Golly, but our quarterback picks from last week, hopefully they improve this week.
And they will.
We're kicking off with, I got Aaron Rodgers. Feel like I might be chasing points here because of how well him and Devontae played last week. But then we got Bo Nix I'm going against.
Air raid tonight. Watch out. Pew, pew, pew.
Okay, Jonathan Gannon, chill out over there. Okay, we're going to start with you this week. Pull down your player first. You're running back 1.
We kind of talked about it a little bit in the matchup preview episode, but Chuba's in line, got a good matchup for a bounce back game. I think with it, the cold being a bit colder, they may rely on the run against Arizona. The same thing I think Arizona will do. So I think Chuba's going to have a nice little bounce back here. A little disappointing last week.
I love it. I'm so happy you put him in your lineup because I'm big on shorting my bets right now.
Oh, man.
And I got him in Dynasty, so I'm like,
if
he pops off, great. That means I'm doing good in Dynasty.
Yep.
If he sputters, then it's like, okay, helping me out in DFS. My RB1, I got Jimmy Gibbs.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Something else we talked in our preview episode, like, is Jimmy Gibbs just the RB1 from now on? I was trying to play it cool, but I'm like, yeah, I think he's the guy.
He is. Watch out for Craig Reynolds.
And your RB2, Bijan
Robinson. I love this for him. Rookie quarterback coming in. Great matchup. They're going to rely on him a lot. I think an absolute monster game coming for Bijan.
Man, that stinks. I'm really jealous. And it only stinks because I also have him. And I was looking for a big week out of him.
What do you have the rest of your lineup? I'm so screwed.
Just looks like a great matchup. Piggybacking on what you said, really looking forward to seeing him kind of carry the Falcons and Michael Penis to a win.
Damn straight.
Oh,
there's my other big boy, Jamar Chase. You paid up for 2 running backs. I paid up for 1 big running back and 1 big receiver. He's just been insane basically every week. Jamar Chase is a freak. I don't think it will change against the shitty Cleveland Browns.
That's scary because I do not have Jamar Chase.
Can you imagine you had Jamar Chase and you just...
Do you remember that one week where we had like 4 or 5 of our first players were all the same? That was nuts.
That was nuts.
But I don't know who's going to be coming out first. Oh.
But go.
We got wide receiver 1. Jalen McMillan. This is one bet that I'm not shorting. He just looked like a really good value against a really good matchup too. Just a high-scoring game. And we just saw Cokehead get a 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's McMillan this week.
I don't hate it. at all. I don't remember who's showing up for me either, so we'll find out.
Oh!
That's who I thought it was. Jalen McMillan, the GOAT. Yeah, it's kind of same reasonings. Pretty good matchup, high-scoring game. He's had a great past couple weeks. Hopefully he continues to streak, although I will say this could be a bad omen for your Jalen McMillan stocks, as every time I've talked up Jalen McMillan, he shits the bed. So.
No, I think it cancels out because I'm also on him.
That's true.
So, hopefully. All right, my wide receiver 2, we got JSN. Feeling good that Gino's back in town, and 6K for top 5 wide receiver in recent weeks or whatever feels like a steal. So I was really happy with finding that value against a Minnesota defense that has been allowing a shit ton of points also.
I like it. That's pretty cheap. Meanwhile, I got my stack, Mr. Cortland Sutton. I think it's, like I said, it's going to be an air raid. Chargers have been really bad against the deep ball. I think Cortland Sutton's probably going to have 100 yards, hopefully a touchdown today.
Yeah, it's crazy that Sutton is $500 more than JSN.
Yeah, it is crazy.
And last wide receiver is completing the stack. I was talking earlier, I'm trying to hedge bets. I could have fit Devontae Adams in this lineup, but I went down because I'm playing against Garrett Wilson this week. Garrett Wilson
Holy
in my
moly.
lineup over Devontae. I mean, I paid up in my flex instead, so I hope it's
Damn.
all Devontae. But
I feel like
it's
your
Garrett
team looks
Wilson,
nuts right now.
It's all right.
What the hell is happening? How do you have so much money?
and I'll give you a little hint. I paid up for defense too. So
I'm so screwed. My team sucks from here on out, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, never mind. This next pick is the best. Stone Smart for the Chargers. He had a great week last week with Will Dissly out. Will Dissly is out again, which means he's going to be the guy. It's going to be a lot of quick passes, I think, either to Ladd or Stone Smart today from Justin Herbert. Not a lot of long balls, so I expect a good number of receptions from Mr. Stone Smart.
you know Hayden Hurst is back and healthy and playing this week.
Stone Smart is their guy.
I went with another tight end that is super expensive. I'm just kidding.
I would have lost it. Travis Kelce.
There's an injury in front of him, so I'm playing Ben Sinnott.
Don't hate it.
Hopefully Ertz is confirmed out with his concussion. That would be maybe like a one spot where I could see Washington kind of moving the ball, because we were both kind of scared about Terry of the Eagles taking away that number 1. So I'm like, maybe it's going to be going through the tight end. Who knows?
And I know who I got left, Mr. Brandon Cooks. I don't know, high-scoring game, a couple deep balls, couple touchdowns. You never know what's going to be going on in this game. I think it's a nice little dart throw at 4,500. I feel pretty good about it. Getting that little mini stack with McMillan and Cooks, the lower-end stack.
That's true. I think it's a good unsafe play, but I think it's a really fun play that could pop off for sure.
Yep.
I went with, for my third one, I went with Brees Hall.
What is happening? What is this lineup?
I used promo code Pigskin Pals on my Draft Kings app, and I got 10,000 extra buckaroonies to work with.
Oh, I guess it's just me paying up at Jamar Chase that got there. That's what it was. Okay.
And your quarterback was 500 more, and Sutton was 500 more than, and your tight end was 500 more.
All right, Jamar Chase is just going to beat you by himself, so.
He could, very well. Definitely, I'm not going to doubt that. So if it's not going to come through the passing game with Garrett Wilson or Devontae,
wow,
it surely should come through the ground
All I
game.
will say about this is I was not too confident in those New York Jets when we were talking about our matchup preview.
You weren't.
I this could be a saving grace for me if they have a dud game like I think they might.
Yeah. Let's see who. Oh, it would have been sick if you had the Rams defense.
That would have been sweet for sure. No, I got the Bears. Jared Goff.
They're the cheapest?
They're the second. I think they're the cheapest. Yeah, they're just the cheapest. That's what it is.
Damn. Against Detroit, you're playing them?
I'll get a turnover or two. It's all good.
My defense is $3,200. You want to take a guess at who my defense is?
Okay, Detroit. I don't know. No, it's gonna be. Is it anyone that we have
on like their team?
The screen. I don't know. I got it. I got nothing. Who is it?
Well,
that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Against New Orleans, I was like, okay. With the spread at 14.5 points, Vegas is favoring the Packers with some turnovers, or at least we're just going to be dominating on defense. So I'm hoping that's what's going to be happening.
I like it. Paying up for a defense. That might be the first time
I know
someone's paid up a bit for a defense. That's fun.
And I didn't hate my lineup after it too.
No, your lineup was pretty good. I think that my only saving grace is going to be me thinking the Jets are going to have a poor week. I think if that happens, I'm good. If that doesn't happen, I think I'm probably fine.
Yeah.
By the end of tonight, we might know already who's going to win or who's going to lose. Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton, Stone Smart trio really poops the bed. But round 2 of the redraft playoffs. We're all the same. We got the same feelings. But with that being said, let's just take a look at the semifinals so that we can get an idea of what the matchups actually are. You want to start with yours or go to first one?
Let's start with Luke and I, because it's kind of more embarrassing.
It's not what I thought you were going to say.
It's more embarrassing than the other matchup, I think.
Bro, where'd it go? Here it is. Okay, I'll let you speak on it.
So, yeah, if you actually want to go to my bench first, I have been riding Purdy all year. Just dropped him, and I dropped him for Penix in case he like goes off or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll play him in the championship or something. I was like, I'm not probably going to play Purdy against the Lions next week. So, and then I have A-Rich, who's also super explosive. Definitely didn't want to play him, but I think like I was kind of thinking in my DFS lineup and in the preview episode that this Rams and Jets game is going to be good. So I picked up Matthew Stafford. I'm going to be starting him.
Nice.
The one thing I do like is my running backs have good matchups with H.N. and Brees Hall. Jaden Reed did get more involved last week, but he's definitely still not that number 1. But who knows if this is a blowout? Maybe it's just going to be given points out.
Yeah.
T has looked really good playing Mark Andrews because I don't have shit elsewhere. And then these guys might carry me to the championship.
Right.
These would have to be the guys that carry me as Bucky and Jalen McMillan, because this is the highest scoring game. So I'm hopeful.
You look at Luke's team is so good.
And
Justin Jefferson, Mike Evans, Kittle, Josh Jacobs, JSN.
Yeah.
And he's got Charbonnet if he needs. I don't know who's going to play out of those two. Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet, both. Who knows? But he's got to fill in. It's not even necessarily against your team. 'Cause I don't think your team looks all that bad this week. His team just looks really good.
No, I think his team just looks way like all three of his receivers. Are better than any of my receivers.
And that's not a testament necessarily to your team. That's a testament to this team is ridiculous. It was a great draft from Luke.
I think my team sucks. I got so lucky. I think winning last week. If we should pull up the matchup, how the bracket shook out too of last week.
This is what
I beat against. I was so mad on that last Thursday night game when San Francisco did jack shit and Purdy put up 3.8 points. Little did I know that Tua was just going to have just as equally of a bad week and put up like the same points. And then Ryan had 3 guys that put up donuts.
That's insanity. I did not realize he had 3 guys that put up donuts.
And this game would have been so much closer if I didn't have Atlanta's defense putting up 21 for me. Like, they were my MVP. Yeah, seeing Goff on the bench too, I was like,
I would need people around me 24/7 if I had Jared Goff on my bench and I lost by 30 points. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
And then the other matchup was 150 to 130. So all the points went to that matchup. Anyway, let's go look at the other matchup, which I believe is Ethan, right? Ethan and Ben. Here it is. This one, who did we pick? I forgot. I think we picked
Ethan.
Yep, from what I recall.
And that's just because of those Bengals players. I think this is going to be a really good one.
100%. Yep.
I'm a little scared of Judy, Ethan's lineup, but I think it kind of balances out because I don't think Kamara's playing on Ben's team.
He does have Kendra Miller, which he's not Alvin Kamara, but at least he has the exact fill-in. But that's a tough matchup anyway. So, yeah, I mean, the Bengals really is good, and then I think Drake London could have a great game as well.
If I was Ben, I think I would be thinking about putting Keenan Allen in just over Kamara because, like, I think it's a guarantee that Kendra is going to be the starter this week. It's like, who do you really want to rely on? Do you want to rely on Keenan Allen, who's going to be getting those garbage points, or Kendra?
We both took Ben. Let's move on.
Wait, did you choose yourself in the losers bracket?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need to look at that. I played the worst team in the NFL or in the fantasy football, maybe the NFL too. Who knows? Here we are into our dynasty picks.
We the same champions. We got a little different in the loser bracket.
That's true. And then I gamed the system a little bit. I came in to do the rest of my picks after Dana done his, and I saw, I'm down by 2. I got two games I can pick. Well, the 2 games I picked differently, I actually feel like the other person's going to win. I'm just trying to make some points back. So we'll take a look at just the main games, I think. I don't think we need to look at
this
the toy
one
level.
Start with first, I think. Just because.
Here we go. The first game of the semis.
Sam's team is the favorite. Riley just put up some redonkulous points with having Josh Allen and Joe Burrow.
Mike Evans had a great week. He's doing what he's done. Rely on your 2 quarterbacks to put up a shit ton of points. Have another guy like Mike Evans put up a shit ton of points and pray that that's enough. And that's what he'll have to do again this week.
And I don't think it's nearly going to be enough this week, unfortunately, for Riley, just because all of these games did kind of look like dud games. I don't see Josh Allen and the Bills needing to put up 40 points against the Patriots. And then I also don't need the Bengals are going to have to put up 40 points against Cleveland.
I think strictly the James Cook on Sam's side into all the Bills on the other side could win that matchup for Sam, because like if it becomes a run fest, like it's gonna be such a double hit on Riley. It's not just these guys not doing well, it's also Sam's getting a buttload of points, so I think that could hurt.
Yeah, Sam should just play Ray Davis, and then we have all 3 Bills running backs.
Yeah, dude, could be sweet. Could be sweet. Would you play Blake Corum or Theo? Probably Theo, right? Ty. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking of the. I think it's horse piece. I think probably Ty Johnson for like big play ability.
Is Patrick Taylor on the waivers? Oh wait, he is. I would pick up Patrick Taylor and play him.
It's not a bad take too. But yeah, I don't know if this game is going to be close. Unfortunately, I think this could be a blowout.
Yeah, I like a lot of Sam's players. Don't like a lot of Riley's players. Even like we were saying, his quarterbacks are the pieces that carries him, and I don't think they're going to be needing to carry their team, so they're not going to carry Riley's team.
Yep, that makes sense. And I'll let you speak your mind about your lovely lineup against Magnum guy Peter Isaac.
Man, I have been tinkering all week. First, I had Judy and Njoku in my lineup because they've been carrying me. When I found out DTR starting, needed to take them out. I had Garendo in my lineup just because he's been the RB1 on the 49ers, and we know that player can always kind of pop off. He looks like he's not going to be playing this week, so I took him out of my lineup. And I know my team looks worse than Peter, and I believe I'm going to need a huge spark play. So I threw in Christian Watson.
Oh, I like it.
In my lineup, I'm going to be having him and Jordan Love play on Monday night.
That's awesome.
Going to be needing a huge game out of them.
Yeah, I bet you're probably going to need like 48 or something from both of them, and it's going to be sick.
Yeah, I am going to be in dire need. The only thing I think I have going for me, and similar to last week, is I like my matchups of my players a lot more. We liked McConkey's matchup. We liked Hubbard's matchup. I'm high on the Jets in their matchup. I like Jason has a great matchup. Kincaid has a great matchup. Pollard has a juicy matchup too if he plays. If he doesn't play, I'm going to have to pivot to like my fifth option of Tank Dell or finally throw in Judy.
No, you gotta do it. You gotta go with the Najee, Jalen Warren stack in a putrid matchup.
I don't even want to play Najee.
I know. Just in the worst matchup possible.
I might even play Warren over Najee too.
Receiving
if they're
upside.
Gonna be down so much, like then it's gonna be a passing game where they're.
It's hard to do though. It's hard to make that call.
I know.
But you need the upside, so.
And then it just feels so bad because on the other hand, Peter's bench, he has so many pivot options where he could be playing Waddle if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Pacheco,
DeAndre.
He's got a backup quarterback. And I just have Ayuk, Godwin, Rice, Jacobs, Dobbins.
You got here because of your depth, but your depth is gone because you got here because of your depth, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does, because they all got hurt.
But so I do like a lot of my matchups on my side. And I think the one thing that could be the saving grace is Peter has some tougher matchups of that Eagles game that we don't really like. We have Jerome Ford that's going to be playing in a hole all game. He does have our guy Bijan though, so that's very scary.
And he's got Garrett Wilson to cancel out Aaron Rodgers if it becomes a Garrett Wilson game.
That's why I played Garrett Wilson in DFS. Hopefully
that's true.
All Devontae.
That's true.
And then he's got Terry also in that game that could be bad, and who knows how healthy Mahomes actually is. I could see him coming out of this game. I could also just see him just not playing extremely well, and it's going to be more of a ground game too. So all you got to do is make it to the playoffs, and I'm just praying. We also have two more differences.
Yeah, but they're the poopy games. Do we really care about a toilet bowl matchup?
You don't want to talk about your matchup? Trying to get that 401 also?
I'll talk about the 401 because that does sound like a good time. Let me pull that up. I play Ryan. I'm actually in a little bit of a tough spot with Kamara not playing. I'm just gonna pull up my team. I got Bigsby in here. I got Mr. Tank in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna be Javonte or Craig Reynolds. So I figured Tank's probably the best option. I love Jared Goff matchup. I like Rico. My wide receivers are in disarray a little bit. They're both hurt. Right now, I'm leaning towards these two, but I could also see playing Zay in the matchup that he's in. Who would you play between Jacoby, DK, and Zay? I think I want to play Zay over DK, and then that's it. But
I think I would play Zay number 1, Jacoby, and then DK.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. And I'll just pull up the matchup. He's got Caleb, JT, Brees, Jordan Addison, Brian Thomas, Cole Kmet, Bucky, Jameson, Drake May. I wouldn't be surprised if I lose.
It'll be a close one.
Yeah, so we'll see what I decide with. Right now, it's probably going to be Zay and Jacoby, but we'll see what happens with injuries. Maybe have to go Zay and DK, something like that. Maybe Ray McLeod makes an appearance. Who knows? It's the toilet bowl. It's the 401. Who really cares? That is it for us this episode. Good luck, Dane, in your 2 playoff matchups.
Preach.
I know I didn't pick you a single time, but I wish for the best for you.
Bring it home for the podcast.
Bring it home for the pod. I got one last year in Dynasty. You got to at least get one so that we bring one home. But that's it. That's all we got. Thanks for watching, everyone. Good luck to you all in your playoff matchups, and we'll see you next time.
Sack it like Bo Nix.
Yeah, sack it like Bo Nix.
Wait. Time out. Have you seen all the Bo Nix memes?
I don't think so.
If Bo was a website creator, his name would be Bo Wix.
Oh, like that type of stuff.
Yeah. You haven't seen any of those?
I've never seen them. No.
Oh, they're on all like the streams, or like the chats are just spamming Bo Nix.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
No, some of them are really good.
I gotta look them up.
See you, everyone.
See you next Bo week.